Greetings, kids and nerds, ladies, universe, and I'm white and nerdy, and it's time for another YouTube subscriber poll. This one, yeah, not as high voted as the last couple ones. Like, we still can't beat the one that had, like, either 70 or 60, like, votes, so, yeah. I'm starting to wonder if it's just me, or you guys aren't liking them anymore, which I'm gonna suggest that it's probably me not giving you guys the ones that you want to really enjoy, but I thought that, like, what I had to offer was just off the top of my head. Although, especially putting on mostly 3 DC things and 1 Marvel thing, then, yeah, it didn't exactly help, did it? So you guys have voted, a large, very large majority of you voted, over like 20 of you, voted that The Incredible Hulk animated series would be seen. Now, these are only 4 episodes of The Incredible Hulk series that I'm just gonna kind of try to do differently. We'll see how this all goes down, truthfully. But before I get into the Jolly Green Giant and what he had to offer for the Marvel animated universe, let's talk about the creation behind the incredible monstrous Hulk. So, I talked about how Stan Lee almost got in trouble with his publisher Martin Goodman when he created Spider-Man, and that's for good reason, because Martin said no, but then after Martin saw the sales figures, Spider-Man was uniquely popular. So, after 40 plus years of success at Marvel, how did the Incredible Hulk come to be? Well, there's kind of a cool story about this. Stan Lee decided that he wanted to make a monster a hero, since he saw the Frankenstein movie when he was a kid, starred Boris Karloff, and he was inspired to make a heroic monster. But Lee also took inspiration from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, another movie that he was a fan of, and thus the Incredible Hulk transformation was completed and to his day very popular. Now, as you guys know, I have not seen not the Incredible Hulk movies. I have seen most of them actually, and I have not seen the either Spencer Tracy or Frederick March, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde movie, and I still never seen the classic Boris Karloff Frankenstein movie. I know that every or mostly every Universal movie is free to watch on YouTube. So that gives it its benefit of the doubt. Also, Stan Lee, master creator of whatever the hell that he chooses. But here's the funny thing about the Hulk's coloring and why other writers, specifically Peter David, played around with this idea. The Incredible Hulk at first was gray, but when they kept printing out the storybook, the color of the gray kept going from lighter gray to dark gray. It would never be consistent. So Stan Lee thought, why don't we make the Hulk green? And the Green Hulk is what stayed, what people would call Savage Hulk. If you want a better story and origin of the comic book version of the Hulk, pick up the 2-disc DVD of the Hulk 2003 or Ang Lee Hulk movie and watch it on the second special disc. It is awesome how much detail they go into about the creation of the Incredible Hulk, especially using the iconic and legendary Stan Lee. Yes, even though I don't like the movie, I love that bonus disc. There was so much jam packed into it that it is awesome. Also, if you're gonna watch one Incredible Hulk movie because it was on my top 10 list and it was number 6, I think, yeah, the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie. Worth every time. So, we're gonna travel back to 1996. I would have been exactly just 1 year old, but I remember seeing this series a lot when when the Ang Lee Hulk movie did come out, and people were celebrating the year of the Hulk. So, anyways, why don't we travel back into the past and get hit with some gamma rays? Because this is the Incredible Hulk animated series that we're only going to be looking at 4 episodes. Return of the Beast, something that has to do with the enemy named Zizak in the series, and a crossover with Iron Man. But before we talk about the crossover with Iron Man, here's the funny thing. Stan Lee, because he shared a Marvel universe, he decided, why can't my superheroes share the same universe? And thus, the Marvel Universe was basically born. And that Stan Lee would have crossovers with various heroes in the comic books, and that he also decided, well, hell, may as well just use whatever else that I can. And history was in the making. So, yeah, it made sense that other superheroes would cross over with other superheroes, especially even on the Stan Lee Mutant Monsters and Marvel's DVD that I happen to own, which is kind of rare to own. He even talked about the same thing with filmmaker Kevin Smith. So, anyways, let's dive into the Incredible Hulk animated series and see if it still holds up all these years later, which I can guarantee it does. So let's get green, let's get angry, and start the transformation. This is my retrospective of the Incredible Hulk. We begin Return of the Hulk, or Return of the Monster, with a flashback or dream sequence that infused birds and bees and butterflies and whatnot. As in the dream sequence, Bruce and Betty happen to be together. They're finally happy. That is until a giant thunderbolt Ross shows up and just happens to ruin their date night. Which leads into Bruce getting angry, thus transforming him into the Incredible Hulk. Which, of course, Hulk not happy that Thunderbolt Ross take Hulk's lady. Which leads us into an awesome and amazing, also trippy but still beautiful animation opening of the Incredible Hulk animated series, which is awesome. Man, the 90s to early 2000s intros just were freaking awesome back in the day. From like the Incredible Hulk to the X-Men original opening to just about everything that you can think of. Hell, there were even some like educational shows that had awesome openings during the 90s to early 2000s. It was great. And then by the late 2000s, it's like, wow, these suddenly suck now. The only one that comes close to not sucking, in my opinion, for a kid show nowadays is Moon Girl, Neville Dinosaur, and Haley's on It. That's about as best I can give you. But I do kind of like the dream sequence because if you think about it, is that Betty wishes that her and Bruce can have a nice, wonderful, um, you know, life relationship. Because you got to remember, the Hulk won't hurt Betty, but at the same and neither would Bruce. But at the same time, Bruce can't be a human anymore after what happened with the gamma explosion and the gamma bomb going off, which transforms him into what he is now. He will never be in a happy life, which is something that the 2008 Incredible Hulk movie experimented with, which makes me happy. But this, with this version, yeah, it also experimented on the same thing. It's kind of funny that this was the promotional thing that came out when the Ang Lee Hulk movie came out, and this would act more like the 2008 movie, which is what the 2003 movie should have been. Really makes you stop and think and wonder if we had the right movie back in 2003. Hmm. Who'd have known that it would take 5 years in order for that mistake to be remade, and I'm thankful for that reason. Because, yeah, even as a kid, I still wasn't that big of a fan of the Ang Lee Hulk movie. I mean, if people like it, great. I prefer the 2008 version because it's so much better, man. Anyways, back to the Saturday morning cartoons. Anyways, General Ross and Betty are awoken at night by a phone call telling them that, yeah, unfortunately they found out where Banner is and they gotta go attack him. Yeah, let's attack poor Bruce Banner, who just happened to be trying to work on himself and heal himself, which is actually what he's doing inside of a cave where nobody can find him. But of course, the military being the military had to be a group of, well, dumbasses, no offense, as this is a cartoon anyways, and they start attacking upon where Banner's working. But as per the usual, it doesn't take long for the Jolly Green Giant to show his jolly green face and start smashing things, with the army going, our bad. But one constant thing throughout the 90s animated series, which a lot of people like, including myself, especially the comic books, I haven't read very many Hulk comics. I had a couple, growing up. But I hear that one of the best versions of the Hulk was written by the great and legendary comic book writer Peter David. Um, and in his run, he kind of dealt with the same thing. But it's nice to see that, like, you see this heroic side of Bruce Banner, and that, yeah, kids, of course, still nowadays love the Incredible Hulk and everything because it's like it's just big green guy that just destroys everything and smashes everything to pieces, which kids love. And is that he's trying to find a way that he can cure himself so he can finally be a part of civilization. Because everywhere that Bruce Banner goes, he can't have a happy life. He has to always wonder and think, okay, I'm not gonna have a happy life or anything. I basically, as pointed out in the 2008 movie, he can't get excited or horny. Otherwise, he would Hulk out again, which is kind of sad. Also, not only that, I'm pretty sure that he can't um, have children because of the gamma radiation, which is probably to the point of like, okay, well, just like I talked about with Zombie, it's like, it might be the same case where it's like, well, if Bruce Banner just so happens to make love with somebody, how do we know that he's not going to kill the mother and probably the baby? And if he doesn't, how do we know that the child isn't probably going to kill the mother when it comes out because it will be gamma irradiated? As pointed out also in that movie, yeah, even Bruce Banner's blood is radioactive, so I'm pretty sure that, well, yeah, that he would be too if he makes love to a person. So pretty sure that that would be radioactive as well too. So not gonna be as wonderful. And some people might think, yeah, but he had a son, Sakaar, from Planet Hulk. Yeah, or Scar. Yes, he did. But probably because the alien species could probably withstand the gamma radiation, so. And also remember that Hulk, no matter where he goes, always emits gamma radiation. So it is a nice touch that he's trying to basically heal himself, but he just can't because the military somehow always end up finding him because Bruce needs to learn to cover his tracks a little bit more, you know? But you just gotta love that the military just keep trying and failing to take down the Incredible Hulk. Was the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. It's like they just don't comprehend that, do they? So there's actually a villain in this movie. A couple. Abomination, the Supreme Leader, and the Gargoyle. So says the leader. The Gargoyle wants to use the Incredible Hulk to change his malformity so he can become human again. So he can try to basically interact with humanity the same way that Bruce Banner doesn't do anymore. But the Supreme Leader wants to use the Incredible Hulk to, uh, uh, make his brain more huge or something. But as always, his plan didn't work. As we move on to another episode where Hulk runs into a friend, I suppose, as he tells the Hulk to calm down and don't try to smash him with a rock. Which, of course, this said friend, I think his name is Rudy in the series, also tried to help out Bruce with, well, not hulking out all the damn time and trying to become a monster. Which actually doesn't go as well as you think or as well as you plan, as Rudy tried to help by intervening, but it instead goes very wrong. As running towards the radiation, kind of in a similar fashion to how Bruce Banner saved Rick Jones, he doubted Rudy and the experimental juice which transforms him. So Rudy, now no longer being himself, he suddenly transformed into a supernatural or super being known as Zizzax. Now, me being a casual Incredible Hulk fan, I know who the Gargoyle is. By the way, the Gargoyle is voiced by Mark Hamill. If you don't believe me, check it out for yourself or ask him yourself. He is voiced by Mark Hamill. I know who the Gargoyle Supreme Leader and of course the Abomination is, but I don't know anything about Zizak. There are a few Hulk villains that I basically will learn about or get interested in and go, do they exist? And they exist. I don't know if Zizak does. I don't know how to spell his name. It's like three or two Z's, an A, and like one or two X's. It's a very weird name. Then again, if he was created by Stan Lee, it only thus makes sense that Legendary is borrowed by his confusionary, Stan Lee, a master of making up names ever since the 60s. But of course, this leads into a fight scene between Zizek and the Incredible Hulk. It's actually a pretty cool fight scene with Hulk trying to do the right thing, even though he's a monster. So it's nice to see that duality still works for the big guy. Which moves us into our final episode of today with the Iron Man crossover. We see Hulk sitting underneath a bridge while it's raining. All around Hulk are familiar faces, worn out faces, Hulk smashing up places. As the Hulk hears a woman screams at a Hispanic gang, just in general, chasing down a Hispanic couple trying to hit them. So Hulk smashes back into action. I like this nice change of events where you get to see Bruce Banner or the Hulk basically saving a couple and even getting thanked and a kiss on the cheek from the woman for saving them. As Rick goes to see Tony Stark, thinking that Tony might be able to help out with Bruce. It is a nice turn of events, which I don't know if it happens in the comics or not, truthfully. And also, what's really cool, you get to see a fight sequence between the Incredible Hulk and Iron Man, and the Incredible Hulk manages to beat down Iron Man for a bit, which is so damn satisfying. And also, we get to see a side character, Doc Samson, basically helping out the Hulk and helping out Betty with trying to create a chamber that will turn Bruce back to normal if it works. But of course, we can't always have nice things as the military, aka SHIELD and the military, start attacking basically Stark Towers and also trying to break in and ruin Bruce and the Hulk there. This episode is a really good one, which also has the Hulk realizing that he has more of a heroic side than anything else, which is something that the series didn't really experiment on until later. As our episode sadly ends with the Hulk knowing, and especially Tony Stark knowing, that the Hulk will forever be hunted down, for he can never have a normal life and settle down anywhere. And also, yeah, I've watched the Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk series, and if I can ever pick it up, or if I ever want to pick it up, then I will review that series as well, since I mostly grew up with that series, especially when the movie was coming out, same like this series. The Incredible Hulk 96 series, or Hulk 96, or whatever you want to call it, is a phenomenal series. It really highlights of how great that the acting can be, especially voice acting department was really damn well, including having Lou Ferrigno himself come back and voice the iconic monster. There is a reason why the Incredible Hulk movies he made the cameo. In the Hulk 2003 films, you see him walking outside of the laboratory with Stan Lee talking, and in the 2008 Hulk film, he was given a free pizza. If you didn't see the cameos, then I can't help you. But it was nice to also hear him as the Hulk in this, and I never knew that he voiced Hulk, truthfully. I thought it was either Frank Welker or Fantastic Four. Oops. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and please check out the Incredible Hulk animated series. It's worth your time, worth the wait, and especially since he made a cameo on X-Men 97, it only makes you wonder that if he does. So, if you're wondering if you can check out the series for yourself or for your kids, of fucking course you can. It's a brilliantly done animated series for anyone and anyone to watch, and I highly recommend that somebody and everybody check it out. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me at Twitter with a link in the description down below. I believe Universe, everyone, and nerdy, keep you on. And also, yes, please check out the Incredible Hulk 96 series. There is a complete, I think there is anyways, a complete box set of this series, so you guys can check it out. There's also the 80s Hulk series that I've never seen, truthfully, and there's also a couple of episodes from the 60s original series, which was the same ones that basically gave us Spider-Man, Iron Man, the Submariner, and Captain America. That gave us the theme song, When Captain America Throws His Mighty Shield. I've seen a few episodes of that, not too bad, truthfully. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to keep eking on, and I'll see you guys next time. But next time, more of the YouTube subscriber poll, two of them ended off in a tie, but I'm gonna pick which one did I review first and which one I review second. So come back next time, and we'll be taking a look at a couple of episodes of Justice League Unlimited.